Hi, my name is Rochelle from the 1061 CSCI class. Today I'll be teaching you how to create your survey using SurveyMonkey. This is the first part of the project, which is to create a survey question. So, in order for you to create a survey question, um, I would probably suggest to look over this document, which it teaches us how to create a good survey questionnaire, and it really helps give good tips on how to create one. I would suggest for you to also focus your questions on online education, relationship, or obtaining news and information during the pandemic because it is highly focused on technology. Um, Once you have all your questions, then you are ready to input it into surveymonkey.com.
monkey.com to create your survey. Usually, um, you would sign up, but if you're like me who already has an account, which I use the Gmail for this class specifically, I would just press logged in. Then to then to create a survey, which I already have one right here, specifically for this project, um, you would create a survey, then you would start from scratch and you usually name it whatever the project is intended to. For this one, we usually just put 1061 use of technology during the pandemic. Then the category would be an academic research. Then you would create survey. Um, what's good about this tab is that you are able to edit anything in and edit anything out, and you could add a page title like um 1061 project number 4 or whatever was directed of you to put as a page title, and then you would put a disclaimer, for example, like this this questionnaire is this survey. Instead you could write survey. This survey is for intended for a project, and and it will not record anyone's personal personal information, etc. Information and everything else that you should include, like how many questions is there, um, uh, what are you trying to achieve with this, or keep it short usually, and then you would press save, and then for the questions, for this one, it's fairly easy because you already have your questions created. Um, for the questionnaire, you could do a multiple choice, a checkbox, a star rating, a ranking, and many other things that you are able to do with this survey. Um, so, for example, I could use the question number 3 as my question number 1. Um, I could write, I could paste it in, and then I would do a multiple choice. Since it's a yes or no, I would put yes, no, and Yes, yes or no. Yes or no as my multiple choice, and then I would click save. And then from here on, you can organize your questions the way you would like and intended for your project specifically and in what you're trying to achieve. And then specifically for this video, I will click next and just use one question. And then once I have this on, it will have the questions. Then I would click next once more. And then it would ask me how to send my survey. Usually we would click send it our way.
You would copy the link, and essentially for this project, since I already completed it, it would be called project number 4. Um, so for this one, we were required to show how we created our surveys, our questions, um, our disclaimer, the web link that I just previously showed. Then you would share the link with your contacts. So for mine's one, I shared it on my Instagram followers, on my Snapchat contacts. I also shared it on my messages for my. I had 44 people answer my survey, and only out of the 40 is recorded. Also, because of this, the minimum response limit is 40. So therefore, I could only collect 40 responses from this project. So to see the results, I would go to analyze result. From this part, you would see the question summaries, the insight and data trends, individual responses. Um, these are all the 7 questions on my survey, which I had 100% replies for each. Okay, so for this part, I had to quickly just use a Snapchat of how I integrated my results into Excel spreadsheet, because if I showed how to do that with my questions using my project, it would be too time consuming. So here I just use the sample as a question, and then my choices would be option 1, 2, 3. With that said, I also use random results and numbers to make it into a data. So here you could see that I'm using the sum function to add it all up, because it is an absolute reference. It is always constant, that it does not change when copied or filled. Here I have um, my number as 12, 14, and 15. Um, I am adding it up using the function that I intended to use. And then once I did all that, I would change it into percentages for every single one, and I would click and drag, and it would show the same result. And then for this part, I will show you how to make it into a pie graph, which I highlighted and then quickly use the toolbar, and it would automatically uh, show the pie chart of my results. And then for my bar graph, I have to highlight it once more, go back to the toolbar, and then click on the bar graph, and that's it. This part of the video, I'll be showing you my original spreadsheet, which is um, this one with the pie graph and the bar graph. Essentially, write a survey report, which I wrote based on my results for each questions. I was told to discuss the reasons for why this survey was created, how technology is important during the pandemic and COVID 19 going on around the world. I essentially had to explain my demographics, who was answering these questions, and my circle of friends and friends of friends. Um, I had to show percentages, and I also had to add additional information by using outside sources. For example, a source that I found written by Anna Dabrowski from Acer talks about how technology is causing less motivation on online. I would copy and then go to a blank Word document and then go and click paste special. And I had originally already formatted it to the way I used um, my project for the result, essentially for the paste special part. And then I would click that. Then I have all this. This is the cursor that can move the whole thing over if you have to edit it. Um, since you have this, it is called a table. What you would do to, in order for it to look more like a table for your result on your report, I would highlight everything and then I would click on this tab. Specifically for Word documents, you are able to put old borders and make it into a table. Finally, this is the end of my video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you learned something.